Hello, dear students. Today we are going to learn some more numericals related to consumption function and saving function. We'll be doing calculation of APC, MPC, that is average propensity to consume, marginal propensity to consume, average propensity to save, and marginal propensity to save. So, if you have seen the video on consumption function and saving function, we were able to derive the different values, levels of consumption function with different levels of income. So we got these values of consumption. As income increases, there's a rise in the consumption by these numbers. Same is the case with saving. By using saving function, we could derive the values for savings of the country based on different levels of income for the country. Now, we are going to do calculation of average propensity to consume and marginal propensity to consume. So for that, we are going to calculate values for average propensity to consume and marginal propensity to consume. So let's see what are the formulas for average propensity to consume. The formula is C, total consumption divided by total income of the country for each period. Value formula for the marginal propensity to consume is delta C upon delta Y, where delta C refers to change in consumption, okay, whereas delta Y refers to change in income. For calculating value for average propensity to save and marginal propensity to save, we are going to use formula S upon Y, that is total savings upon total income, and marginal propensity to consume, change in a savings upon change in income. So here, how do we calculate change in consumption and change in income? For that, the formula is very simple. Change in consumption is nothing but current consumption. Let us say C2 is our current consumption of period 2 minus the last year's consumption or last period's consumption, that is C1. Formula for calculating delta Y is of course similar to delta C. Current consumption, let us say our current period is period 2 minus the last year's income, that is Y1. So we are going to use delta C as C2 minus C1 and delta Y as Y2 minus Y1. And this is how we can get addition in the consumption, addition in the income, or you can say change in the income and consumption. Similarly, for delta S, you will be using the formula S2 minus S1, that is current savings of the country minus last year's savings or last period saving will give you a change in saving. Take for example, if current consumption is 170, right, and last year's consumption is 90. So what will this? So we'll just replace these values over here. So current consumption, that C2 is 170 minus last year in consumption is 90. So when you minus 170 from 90, we get the answer 80. This is how we calculate the value for delta C. Similarly, you can use the values of income, insert the values properly at Y2 and Y1, you can get change in the income. This is how we are going to do now the calculation of APC, MPC first, and then we will do calculation of APS, MPS. Okay, so let's now do the calculation of APC. Formula is very simple. Current consumption or whatever consumption of the country we are having divided by total income of the country. So let's say the first period we are having consumption of 90 rupees, say maybe 90 crore rupees, and current income is 100 crore. So 90 divided by 100, you simply get the answer 0.9 or 90%. You can clearly see out of 100 rupees, you are spending 90 rupees of your income. That means it's a 90% of income you are spending on consumption. Now let's try for some other values of the income and consumption. So we have the income consumption now of 170. I'm just inserting the values here in the formula. C upon Y. So current consumption now is 170 divided by current income is 200. If we solve this, 20 zeros are 0, 28 is 160, 10, 20, 5 is 100. So we got the answer 0.85. For third cell, 250 is our current consumption, total consumption, 300 is our income. So C upon Y, we get the answer 30 zeros are 30, 38 is 240, 10, so 33 is 90, 0.83. Now 330 divided by 400. We are cancelling zeros. 33 divided by 40. We get the answer. 40 zeros are 40. 48 is 320. 43 is 42 is 80. Okay. Then for the last values, 410 divided by 500. Cancelling out zeros. The simple calculation, 50s, zeros are 0. It becomes 410 when we take a decimal point here. So 858 is our 400. 10 left. 52 is our 100. So you can see it is so easy to calculate. It's a simple mathematics, simple arithmetic that we have used here to get the value of average propensity to consume. That is what part of your income you are spending on consumption. These values tell you this much percentage of income you are spending on consumption. So student, by even changing these values, once you know APC values, you can take any value of income, you can easily calculate value for consumption. Let's do it now for the marginal propensity to consume. As I told you before, for that we have to first calculate delta C and delta Y. In the last slide we have discussed delta C is a change in the consumption. Delta Y is change in the income. So how is it? So first, actually there is no change. The first number, the first period we are having is the first period. So there is no change. It's the first time. So we have to take it as a dash. In the second period, you can see income has increased from 100 to 200. And as a result, consumption has also increased from 90 to 170. But how much is a change in the consumption? For that, current consumption, that is 170 minus last year's consumption, that is 90, divided by current income, that is 200, minus last year's income, that is 100. So when we try to solve this, this is 80 divided by 100, you get the answer 0.8, right? Let's do it for one more period. Now income has increased from 170 to income has increased from 200 to 300, and as a result, consumption has also increased from 170 to 250. Let's find out the change in consumption first. Current consumption minus last period's consumption. Current income minus last period income. I'm just putting the values over here. Current consumption is 250 minus last consumption was 170 divided by current income is 300 minus last period income was 200. So you again get the answer. 250 minus 170 is again 80 divided by 100. You get the answer. 80 percentage of uh, MPC, or you can say value of B. If you remember consumption function A plus B of Y, that value of B is nothing but MPC, which is 0.8. I'm sure you must be doing the same sum along with me, and I'm sure you must have done for the remaining numbers. So let's do it. 330 is our current consumption now, and 400 is our current income, right? 400 is our current income. Last period's consumption was 250, so I'm just subtracting last consumption with the current consumption to get the change in the consumption. Same for last year's income is to be deducted from the current income to get a change in the income. So you can see income has increased by 100 rupees every time. But consumption is not increasing by 100 rupees. It is increasing only by 80 rupees every time. So we get it as, this is again 330 minus 250 is again 80, 100, 400 minus 300 is again 100. Again the answer is 0.8. And I'm sure you must have done this calculation. 410 minus 330 divided by 500 minus 400, again 80 upon 100, which is nothing but 80% of induced consumption from, 80% of income you are spending on consumption, that is induced consumption. Okay, you have got autonomous consumption and some part of your consumption is induced by your income. Done. I'm sure you must have noted this down. If not, take a screenshot or quickly copy it down the answer, because you will be doing more sums later on for your self study. Okay, so I'm just moving ahead with the now next calculation. Yes, let's now solve same pattern of same methodology where you're going to use for even savings. There we calculate average propensity to consume and marginal propensity to consume. Now with data on income and savings, we'll calculate average propensity to save and marginal propensity to save. So what is the APS formula? Savings, current saving divided by current income. Total saving divided by total income. So I'm just putting the values into formula. S is 10 divided by income is 100. Answer is 0. This 0 goes away, 0.1. Current saving is 30. Income is 200. So 30 divided by 200, 0 goes out. Am I doing correct? 3 ones are 3, 3 6 are 18, 1 upon 6. So 6 zeros are 0, 6 ones are 6, 4 7 6 6 6 are 0.16. Okay, 0.1615 you will get the answer. Okay, now we can do it for remaining. Savings divided by income, 0 goes out. 5 ones are 5, 5 6 are 30, again 1.6, so answer will be 0.15. Then savings are 70 divided by 400. Oh, divided by 400, 0, 0 goes out, 7 ones are 7, 7 fives are 35.7. So 1 upon 5.7, and I'll do the calculation. 1 upon, so we can solve it like this, 1 upon 57 upon 100. Okay, so we can make it inverse. So it is 1 into 100 upon 57. So, my God, so difficult. 57 ones are 52s, 57 ones are 57 point. Some more numbers will come. You can use a calculator here. So we can use a simple calculator for doing this calculation. So instead of, you can do it like this also. Of course, you are going to get correct answer using your brain. But to save my time, the answer is 0.175. Okay. Now let's try for one more number. 90 upon 500. So 90 upon 500, you get the answer 0.18. Students, try not to use calculator, try to use your brain to solve this sum, and I'm sure you will get these answers. Okay, I'm just now putting it in the right place so that you can understand the remaining part, that is MPS. This was 0.17. Okay. So these are our APS value: 0.1, 0.15, 0.15, 0.17, 0.18. These are our average propensity to save. That is this much percentage. 0.1 is what? 10%. That is out of whatever income you are having, a 10% part of your income you are saving aside. That it means. Now let's calculate MPS. For that we need delta S and delta Y. Delta S is what? Current savings minus past savings. Delta Y is what? Current income minus past income. Since the first value, there is no past income, no past saving, so we take it as a dash. Addition is happening only in the next period. So next period we can see change in the saving is 30 is a new saving, but old saving was 10. So change kitna hai? The change is of 20, right? Out of what level of income change? The new income is 200 minus old income is 100. So 20 upon 100, you get the answer. You get the answer 0.2. Now let's do it for some more values. Now change in the savings. At third period, new saving is 50, old saving is, that is last period saving is 30, divided by new income is 300 minus last year income is 200. We get 20 again upon 100, that means again 0.2. 70 minus 50 divided by 400 minus 300. I hope you all understanding why I'm minusing this figure, just to find out a change in the savings and change in the income. So again, this will be 20 upon 100, that means 0.2. 90 minus 70, again it is 20, right? 500 minus 400, again it is 100. So your answer is 0.2. If you remember, in case of MPS, in case of MPC, our MPC value was constant throughout, 0.8, 0.8, 0.8. Obviously, out of total income, if 80% you are spending on consumption, what is left? Obviously 20% is left, which is going to become savings. That's the reason MPC value is 0.8. That automatically tells you that APC value, APC value, MPC value, MPS value, sorry, MPS value is 0.2. So 0.8 plus 0.2 makes up 100% of income, right? So this is how we have done the calculation of APC, MPC, APS, MPS. And you can see here MPC values are constant, MPS value is constant. That gives a straight line consumption function. The slope of the consumption function is straight line. If we have a different values of MPC, definitely the slope will be curvature. Okay, chalo, done. I hope you all will be doing more and more sums for the self-study. Thank you.